Welcome to my channel, and thank you for tuning in, and those of you coming back, thank you for tuning in as well. My name is Chanel, and yeah, so like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can know anytime I upload, right? So today's video is just a follow-up, just an update on life. Like, I have really not have been posting for a long time. It has to been, I want to say it's probably been like 2 months since I have uploaded a video. I have other videos that I had taped that I was supposed to edit and upload, and I didn't. And I was just thinking to myself, like, I haven't posted a video in 2 months. I don't want to just jump right in and be like, oh, here's a video. I wanted to kind of explain my absence and just talk about just the things that were going on with me while I was gone and the reason why I haven't been posting. So I think that people do not understand how hard YouTube is, right? Like, I used to think like, oh, okay, yeah, you can post a video, do whatever. But when you have like a million things going on, it is literally hard because you have to get ready for your video, prepare the content, you gotta edit the video, upload it, find the music, do all this other stuff to like kind of get your video going. And so when you have to do all of that yourself, it is very time consuming. And so that's one of the main reasons why I haven't been posting, but not like really the top reasons. So I just have been going through so much. I am a single mother of 4. I'm going through a divorce. My grandma just passed. I was in school and working full time. And then on top of that, like starting a business, right? So I just feel like I didn't have enough hours in a day to like do everything that I wanted to do. And I started to find myself feeling overwhelmed, and I just thought to myself like it was procrastination at first. And I used to be like, okay, so I won't procrastinate, let me set up a timer, let me set up a schedule. So I would plan my days by the hour. At this hour I'm doing this hour I'm doing that, this hour I'm doing that, blah blah blah, make sure you do this. So I had a whole planner. I would write in my original planner so I can like kind of remember to get it done. I also have a planner in my phone. I would literally just go through and try to do that, and that really didn't help because it wasn't the procrastination, it was the fact that I think I felt overwhelmed and drained. And later on down the line, after like taking a step back from things, I realized that it was part procrastination, and mostly I feel like I was falling into a depression. To be honest, I just started to feel depressed. I started to feel like I was like crying for no reason, and it probably wasn't really crying for no reason, but I just felt like at this moment, why am I crying? You know what I'm saying? Like that that is the place that I was in. That's pretty much the gist of why I haven't really been posting. And then also, like, an amazing thing happened. Like, I got to find my dad's side of my family, my dad's side, and I've been spending so much time with them that I haven't been able to like do videos or like really do the content that I like to do or whatever. And it's not because like like how can I say this? It's not because like, oh, you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say at this moment. But so I don't really want to vlog that portion of my story or my life because I didn't know how comfortable my family was with that. And like I really just wanted to get to know them. Like I have been looking for my dad's side of the family for so long, and like to finally be able to find them, like when I thought that I wouldn't be able to find them, was just such a like blessing, and I just wanted to enjoy that time. So I didn't really like, oh, let me vlog my experience. I didn't really do that, and partly respecting their privacy, and you know, everybody doesn't want to be on film, and I don't want it to make it seem like that's what it's about, because it's not. Like, I really wanted to get to know my dad's side of the family intimately, so I just decided not to go that route and film it. So that was another reason why I haven't been behind, in front of the camera or whatever, and haven't been posting, because I literally been spending probably like all my weekends with them, and I've been loving it and enjoying the time that I have been able to spend with them. So those are probably the two top things that have prolonged me from posting. But yeah, so how have I been dealing? How have I been handling life? I know for a lot of mothers out there, like, especially strong mothers who like sacrifice a lot for their kids, we forget to take care of ourselves. And I think that's what kind of like brought on this depression, that I have not been taking care of myself, that I have been taking or putting others before myself, which causes me to not take care of the self. What is it called? Like, I don't know. Anyways, so which causes me to neglect like self-care. So I haven't been doing my self-care. I haven't been like taking time for myself, and I think that is where the depression started to like seep in. It's just like, when you're younger, you see yourself in doing so many other things than what your life might end up at the moment you are. Like, I never thought I would find myself divorced. I never like seen that coming, and I was just this like type of person, like, okay, once we get married, we marry, right? I always like believed that, but it was just like, how much of this can I take, right? And the fact that me and him have been friends for years, okay, friends, and I just known him for so long that that chapter of my life was closed and gone. I think that was kind of like a hurtful moment for me, you know, to lose that part of my life that's been there so long. And yeah, we're cool, we get along, all of that, but it's still not the same. Then I felt like, okay, I'm 35, going on 36, and it's like, now I'm thrown back into this dating pool, and do I really want to be here? Like, who's left, right? And that has me depressed, thinking that, like, you know, you see it now, but it's like you only see what you see in front of you. You don't see what is going to happen in the future. So I'm like, will I ever find somebody? I think that kind of put the depression in, and just low-key just missing my grandma. Like, you know, she's been here my whole life. I don't really know life without her. So for her to not be here, and it literally just, it hits different when you know that you can't call that person anymore, you can't talk to that person anymore, and that person been there your whole life. But like I said in previous videos, she lived a long, full life, so I'm grateful that we had her for that amount of time, and at least she's not suffering, so that's a good thing. But yeah, so honestly, I have been thinking about starting to see a therapist. And I know, like, in black communities, therapy just was always frowned upon, and I'm so happy that now it is starting to be a thing in Black communities, and people are starting to uplift the fact that therapy is needed. And honestly, I'm searching for, I would like to have a Black woman therapist, and so that's what I'm currently searching for. I feel like all therapists can relate, you know, they got a degree, but I would want somebody who kind of understands our our culture, you know, as Black women. And yeah, a man could try and empathize with it, but I don't feel like anyone who is not us can fully understand what it's like to be a Black woman, you know. So that's kind of what I'm like in the process of looking for. And I also had to like scale back on things. I'm not going to school. I didn't go to school during the summer. I'm not going to school during fall, and I'm going to pick back up in spring. I'm not doing winter, and I just needed this break. I needed this mental break because I just couldn't do it. I couldn't think anymore. And I'm like, if I don't stop here, if I don't take this break back, I am going to flunk out of all my classes. I'm not going to be able to get anything done. Like, I need a true mental break. So I decided to step back and go back in spring, and I'll be able to do that. I think right now my focus is getting to know my dad's side of the family more, spending more time with them, spending more time with my kids, preparing to be a grandma, which is crazy to say at 35, but I was a young parent as well. So in that point, I'm not the one to judge. So I just am going to embrace that new chapter of my life, and like coaching and trying to build up my business. I'm going to start, you know, doing those things. So I just said, let me take a step back. Let me take some things off my plate that I know that I can, and then slowly add back what I feel like I need to do at the moment. So that is pretty much my update. I wanted this video to kind of be like a mental health video, because I feel like the real strong reason behind me taking a step back from certain things, or feeling depressed and feeling like I am about to have a nervous breakdown, was because of depression. So that's what I kind of wanted this video to go into, but it just ended up being a real chill catch up update, whatever. So I did like kind of put some questions out there on Instagram to like get some responses and like get people thoughts on mental health. Okay. So I had a couple of replies or whatever, and one of the topics was about how it differs from person to person, and that's okay as far as mental health. Like, everybody's mental health status is not going to be the same, right? And I honestly feel that, and I agree with that statement, that people's mental health is not the same and the difference, and that is okay. Everybody's mental health and how they bounce back is not the same, and that's okay. People take different routes. Like, people might do therapy, and people might not want to do therapy. They might exercise to release that, take up boxing. You know, everybody's mental health status looks different. I think what is the same is that you have an outlet. You have an outlet so you don't break. And honestly, I think that another thing is you have those few core people that you can talk to and talk to openly and express anything without judgment. And I think that's very important in how any mental health status is to have those few core people that you can talk to and open up and express without judgment, because the more we talk about our feelings, the more we can get them out there. When we keep those feelings in is when we get those mental breakdowns to where we feel like, man, I can't take it anymore, I'm going to take my life, because I feel like I don't have anybody to turn to. And that's a place that I never want to get to. And so I'm grateful that I have those people to reach out to. And you just have to make discernment. Like, it's hard sometimes to figure out, is this friend really my friend, or they're going to run and go tell my business? Do they really support me as a person? But you would know. What I would do is ask God to show the people who are for you, and He will show you. You just gotta listen and really see when He do show you. These people will start doing things that you will be like, a friend really wouldn't do that. And that's when you're probably gonna have to go ahead on and take that step back. And so, yeah. So, that was that question. I mean, that was that statement. That was a good statement. And then another one was talks of suicide being considered attention seeking. And I thought that was an interesting one, because people do think that, oh, this person committed suicide or tried to attempt to commit suicide to get someone's attention. But I think, of course, suicide can be an attention sinker, because at this point you are crying out for help. If you come to the point where you committed suicide, you are crying out for help. And sometimes you feel like there is no other way for me to get out of this situation than to choose death. And this is the only way that I will get peace. This is the only way that I will be at peace, is if I just take my life. I don't want to do this anymore. And so to a certain extent, I can see it. I mean, you guys can comment and tell me how you feel about that statement. But as for me and how I feel, I think it's all attention seeking. It's all attention seeking, because you are crying for help at that moment. You are saying, please help me, please see me. Yes. And that's because you probably feel like you don't have that outlet of people to go to and be like, this is how I'm feeling. So you feel alone, or you feel like people don't hear you, and this is the only option. And even if you do have that support, but that's how you feel inside, and your family can feel they support you, or you can feel that you supported that person who needed the help, but it wasn't the support that they felt they needed. And that's when the mind plays tricks on you. And that's why I say it's important to open up and talk to somebody about it. And so I don't know, that subject is a really good subject, and I feel like, please comment down below, express your feelings in the comments, because there's probably other people out here who's listening to this, and my opinion is just one point of view, but your opinion can be another point of view, and that could possibly help somebody who is going through that situation. And I hope that this video does that for somebody out there who is struggling with those thoughts, and then struggling with that you know that you can make it through, that you don't have to take your life, that there is somebody out there that will listen to you and help you get through this, and you don't have to feel alone. I will link the suicide number in the description box, just in case somebody is ever thinking about that they can have a place to call. If you don't know the number, I would definitely link that number down in the description box. And yeah, and then I think the last one that I had here was kids, and that the thing was just kids. So I think that with COVID and kids having to be in the house, like how long they had to be in the house, I think that depression for kids is real, and I think our job as parents is to listen to them and be able to truly hear them. I think my problem, like me as a mom, where I can find fault is that I feel like sometimes when my kids tell me how they feel and it's in a negative thing, I kind of take it personal, because I'm thinking like, what, you don't think I'm a good mom? Like, you don't think I was doing good? Like, you blaming this on me? But what I'm realizing is that I need to step outside of myself, that I need to listen to what they're saying and be that ear, and not take it personal, because that's how they feel at this moment. And if your kids can come talk to you and tell you how they feel without you being defensive, and they can get their point across, that helps them feel better. And if you can guide the conversation in a way to them, for them to see, how you're there for them. Like, I understand you feel like this, and I want to be there to help. Like, how can I support? Like, how can I help you feel better in this situation? I feel like that'd be 10 times better than us immediately getting defensive or shutting down or not validating their feelings. I think as parents, especially, I could see that in myself, and I'm trying to be better at that I can try to like push how I feel on them, and no, you need to feel this way and not the way you feeling. But that's just not life. You know what I'm saying? That's not life at all. And so I feel that I feel like, as far as depression, I think there is a lot of it happening because kids are not active. And there's things that they say that I forgot what it's like, happy hormones. I forgot pheromones. I forgot exactly what it's called, but there are things that when kids are active, exercising, that these happy hormones come out and they make them happy. And when they're just sitting and they're in the house and they're not doing anything, and depression could come about. And I think that is probably why kids are out here suffering from depression, and depression is real. And I think our job as parents is to really listen to our kids and be there for them in any way that we can, and not judge and not be so quick to get angry, but to try to understand them and get them the help that they need. If they feel they need to speak to a therapist, don't be the person that blocks them. Allow them to do that. Even if bad things come up about you, they can help work that out. And that might even make you guys stronger. It might bring you guys together to know that even though my mom knows that I have an issue with her, or my dad knows that I have an issue with him, they are still willing to let me go speak to somebody so I can get the help that I need, that I don't feel depressed. And then eventually they might be able to come to you and talk to you about those things. So that is it for this segment or whatever. I just wanted to do a video, like a coming back video. I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. Please, like I said, comment. I want to really get to know the audience and interact with you guys. I enjoy doing these things. I find it therapeutic to talk to you guys and hear feedback. So with that being said, I will see you in the next video, and thank you for tuning in.